everybody. Joe, Racer Joe. Call me whatever you like. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. Not necessarily in retirement, but for those that don't know, along with the owners of the place that I used to work before I retired, we have started up a vinyl store here in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. So within On AV, we started up On a Vinyl. That's been up and running since May. So I've been doing videos for that, and I've kind of put this on hold for now. But I am still with my two friends on Wednesday night, my two buddies, plus our special guest that we have on, but Rob from Northern Revolutions, as well as Darryl, the Northern Vinyl guy. Every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll figure it out. You've been there, you know. Anybody that's watching this has probably been there or knows about it. But check it out. It is on Rob's site, which is Northern Revolutions. Check it out. All right. So, with all of that said, out of retirement because one of my two buddies from Wednesday night show, the live Wednesday night show, has been in the VC for a year and has a challenge out there. So coming out of retirement, so I'm coming out of the booth. Some will get that reference. To do this challenge. And this is for Darryl, the Northern Vinyl guy. And, you know, stuff will be where stuff's supposed to be. Link to his page, the questions, etc., etc. That'll all be where it's supposed to be. You know how that works. So, 9 questions. Is it 9? I think it's 9. I've got my cheat sheets here. Yes, I've got my cheat sheets. I'm not going to try and pretend that I don't. I have them right here. 9 questions. Not going to take too long. Help a brother out. He has a couple of things that you can win. Either he will send you some CDs. See, I talk about them so little I can't even say the word. One take guy. Remember, I'm a one take guy. He'll send you some CDs, and or he will jump, not completely naked, although I think some have tried to talk him into that. Shorts and t-shirt anyway, into a big snowbank. Darryl lives not at the top of Ontario, Canada, but he's up there. He's damn near close to the top. So anyway, it'll be cold, and he'll be scantily clad and filming that for the winner, and you're going to put that out there. So this, anyway, is going to be my entry into that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Actually, first off, we're going to start with a bit of a beverage. Feel free to enjoy a beverage yourself while we're at it. All right, question number 1. Share a song lyric that has a unique, unusual, or strange word in it. Darryl's got a whole video about odd words in songs. So my contribution is going to hail from this album. And I didn't take the plastic off, so I'm going to try and not have too much glare on it. But of course, Nirvana and In Utero. And here are the specific lyrics that I'm talking about. He said a word, I went with a whole chorus. So there you go. Meat eating orchids. So that's kind of odd on its own. Forgive no one just yet. Cut myself on angel hair. Nothing wrong there. And baby's breath. Broken hymen. You don't see the word hymen in too many songs of your highness. I'm left black. Throw down your umbilical noose. And again, I don't think umbilical comes up a heck of a lot in a lot of song lyrics, so I can climb right back. So there you go. That is more than one word and a little bit of a chorus. Is it a chorus or verse? I think that's a verse, actually. What do I know? I'm a hoser. Anyway, so there you go. From In Utero, part of Heart-Shaped Box, some words in there. Up next, show a vinyl record pressing from your collection that is not from the country you are from. I am, as the shirt says, well, I guess the shirt doesn't necessarily say it, and I'm going to tuck my strings in so I don't look like a crazy person. I guess it doesn't say Canada, but of course, if you are Canadian, we are hosers, or at least that's what you shoot for, according to Bob and Doug. So, with that said, I am from Canada. My pressing is from Germany, and it is this Beatles version of Help. It's even got, let's see if I can get in there. I don't know if you're going to see it. It's got German writing on the cover. It is an Odeon pressing. I'll show you the label. And again, my apologies for shine, but so yeah, it's on the Odeon label, blah blah blah, and a bunch of it is written on German in the front, except the Beatles spelling help. They did not find a way to do that in German. Okay, so there you go, a record pressing not of Canada or not from the country you are in my case, not from Canada. If you are from Canada, hey, I fall into that category. Show something from a province that borders you. There's some other stipulations, but that's the part that applies to me. So, with that said, I am going to go east one province. I am in the province of Saskatchewan. Hard to spell, easy to draw. We are. And next to us, east, one province, is Manitoba, and out of Winnipeg is Harlequin. Love Crimes is the album I'm going to show, just to pick one from them, but I like a lot of their stuff. They were a good 70s, late 70s, early 80s Canadian band, typical Canadian stuff, just really good stuff. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on the cover here. Again, you can kind of see there's a lady walking up, and then the dude's in the car, and he's got just his shorts on. So I'm not sure if that's his mom catching him, or I don't know exactly what's going on there. But there's some stuff going on the back too. There's more clothing, that doesn't belong there. The thing that I have never noticed before is there is American money coming out of the purse in the back. So there you go. All right, Harlequin, Love Crimes, good band out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, one province east of Saskatchewan, which is where I am. What am I on? Number 4. Show a music item or some paraphernalia. There's a big word that is probably in a lyric somewhere, from my collection. So I buy collections. I used to do that for myself. I do it for the store now. I still, I guess, kind of do it for myself, although most of the time it's going to be for the store now. But with that said, part of a collection is where some of this came from. Some are shows that I've been to. Some are shows that have friends been to. But with that said, some items I'm going to show you. I'm going to go through them quick because I got a few, but they are tour books. Concert books. For those that know me, you know I talk about the shows that I go to quite a bit, and it's a big part of my love of music is to see it live. So this is the Rocket Man tour from Elton John. I don't believe my lovely wife and I saw him on that tour. That happens to be just one of the books that I've got. We have seen him 4 times, though. He's awesome. Pink, there's another one. That's kind of cool. There's some stuff going on inside. There's a little bit of Pink. There is a comic book on the inside. I did not see that one. I also did not see Maroon 5. There's one. I did not see Carrie Underwood, but that came in a collection that I bought. I got the albums along with some of the tour books. There's Madge, and this one's pretty thick, actually. And really, it's just a bunch of pictures of Madonna hanging out with dudes. What do you think? It's not going to be any different. Here's one I was at, and this is Alive Worldwide 96, 97, and there's a big surprise that I would have. A Kiss book. No kidding. Although you can't really see them in behind me, but there you go. There's one of those. What the heck? I'll show you the rest while I've got them. There's a Huey Lewis in the News. That one came in the collection. I never did get a chance to see Huey Lewis and the News. I would have seen him, though. Another Kiss. This one is, I don't even know when this one's from. What tour is this from? The Farewell Tour. The Farewell Tour, 1973 to 2000. So it was the Farewell Tour in 2000. I did see that one as well. I'm going to save that one because that's going to get shown on something else. And lastly, I'm going to show you this one from David Bowie. My wife has a couple of concerts on me that I have never seen. One includes her guy, David Bowie. So there you go. And there is, there's her ticket right there from the Winnipeg Arena. And it was March 10th, 1990. So there you go. There's some paraphernalia. That's a big word. That's got to be in a lyric somewhere. Darryl, look that up, would you? Paraphernalia that is in your collection. So there you go. There's that. Next is show an 80s album. And there's tons of them. And I'm not exactly sure why I chose the one that I did. That's already been talked about. But it is going to be, I know why I chose it, because it was kind of in a pile of some stuff that I was going through. Plus, for those that haven't been watching the Wednesday night show that may watch this, I used to talk about the fact I was going to see Bruce Springsteen, and then I finally did get a chance to go and see Bruce Springsteen. Unbelievable. Anybody that has been around me has heard about it ad nauseum because I just loved it entirely. Anyway, my 80s album is going to be The Boss and Born in the USA. A bit of a genre definer, not a genre definer, a bit of a decade definer for me, kind of, not necessarily. Um, it was a big deal for me in the 80s anyway. I was a big Springsteen fan already. Then that came out and did well and was good. And away you go. I'm talking really quickly, aren't I? But anyway, that's because I want to show you a bunch of stuff and then, not take too long as well. So, 80s album, Springsteen. Not my favorite, but it's close. It's up there. It's not, yeah, it's up there. I'll go with that. Darkness on the Edge of Town, but you've heard me say that before. All right, discuss a struggle challenge of collecting music. That is question number 6. And I'll tell you what, again, I mentioned it earlier, and I mentioned that we opened up a record shop. Here's the thing, is that we buy bulk, right? We'll buy a big collection. We just bought 3,000 from someone the other day. And some understand, but most don't, where they'll go and they'll look something up on a Discogs or a Pop Psych or whatever somewhere. They'll see that one Beatles album somewhere along the line sold for $100. So they think that every Beatles album, or every album in fact, sells for $100. Now, there's lots and lots and lots of talking heads out there that will tell you, it's worth what it's worth, et cetera, et cetera. And there are lots of, theories on what albums are worth. Hey, it's whatever somebody's going to pay you. I am under the belief of, if I get it at price X, I sell it not much over price X, because I want it to be in the hands of someone else that's going to enjoy that music. And where I was going with this, I think, now that I've got the long-winded version, is people just think that their albums are worth way, way more than they are. Now, some are worth way, way more, not than they think they are, but then maybe they should be, for lack of the proper term, or they're just worth a bunch. And some certainly are. But the average Elvis record is not worth $30 to $40 to $50 to $100. I apologize to those that think that it might be, but it's just not. And there's lots of people out there that think that. So it makes it a little tough sometimes talking to people, and then they get pissed off at you, to be quite honest, when you offer them, one or two or three or five or whatever dollars per, for kind of a standard basic collection. But if you're buying 1,000 at a time, that's kind of what it's going to be. So anyway, that's not necessarily a struggle challenge. Darryl's example, for those that haven't watched it, is a good one. I get that. I'm not going to spoiler that one. Spoiler alert. I'm not even going to spoiler alert it. So anyway, there are some challenges out there. And I think I guess that's my first world problem is people expect too much when I'm buying a whole bunch of records from them. They just expect them to be a whole bunch. And, I try and explain to them, if you go out and you sell them individually, it's all your time, and you're going to get more than if I buy them 1,000 at a time from you. Anyway, that's my way too long-winded answer to question number 6. Number 7, name a Grail sought-out album that I would like to get in 2025. I am of the belief that I like to find stuff in the wild, and whether that's necessarily in a shop somewhere else or out of someone's collection, etc., etc. So there's some stuff I think that's fairly easily found. I just am waiting to find it right price and in the wild. So here's 4. I'm going to go through them quick. These are 4 that are always on my list of things that I'm kind of looking for when I'm out there searching, whether it be in a shop if I'm in a different city, or if someone's selling a collection, or if a buddy's going to all of a sudden get rid of some stuff. Anyway, so first up, and I'm going to go through these quick, Faster Pussycat. That album, I've always been looking for that one. I just have never found it. That's not true. I found it, but they wanted $60 or $70 for it in the wild, and I just wasn't willing to pay that. So there's one, Faster Pussycat as well. Another one. Again, I don't know if I've actually seen that one in the wild, probably. And I'm sure that again, it's all out there and it's all on Discogs and I can find it, but I need to find it organically, if that makes sense. I think that probably makes sense. Cinderella is another one. I've got the first couple, which I really like, and I'd like to find Heartbreak Station. And the last one that I will mention is Kicks and Blow My Fuse. Cold Blood, Blow My Fuse, such great stuff on this Kicks album. An 80s hair band, not really, but from that genre, from that time frame. So that's another one that I am actively looking for, but again, not going to go out to a Discogs or something like that to pick it up. Show an album that people would be surprised to know you own, and I don't think if you've watched before this will be much of a surprise, but here's one. Again, I'm not exactly sure why I picked it, but I picked it. I got too much to pick. So there's probably a whole bunch in here that people would be surprised. But anyway, we're going to go with Lady Gaga. Joanne, the album, made me become a little monster. And then I went back and I revisited this because I found it and it's fun. It's good. I throw it on. I enjoy myself when I listen to it. Away you go. Joanne is a much deeper and better album, in my opinion, but I could put this on and I can enjoy it. And there is Mother Monster herself, exactly doing, I'm not sure what, but she is. So, new album coming out this year, too. So, there's that. And lastly, so that I keep this under, I don't even know what time frame. Oh, it's 16 minutes. Yeah, it's kind of long. Sorry. If you're still with me, though, I appreciate it. So let's wrap it up. Shout out a favorite non-VC related YouTube channel that you like. All right. So again, for those that know and those that don't, this will be information you either knew or you didn't. That's dumb. I like to play pinball. I've always been a pinball fan. I've talked about numerous times how I used to go to the arcade when I was a kid, play pinball, put money in the jukebox, listen to the jukebox, and away you go. I have one pinball machine, which those that have watched my stuff before know it's the Kiss pinball machine. There's a big surprise. That's going to come up in another video I'm doing later with Rob, so pay attention for that. That's going to come up on Northern Revolutions. Anyway, with that said, I also play a lot of virtual pinball because there is a very great program called VPX. There is another one called Future Pinball. Guys will make reproductions and recreations of tables, and some will make new as well tables, their own design, and it's fun. It's awesome. It's a wonderfully free and sharing community. And there is a gentleman by the name of Marty, Game Club Central. I'll put the link in below for you to check out if you like. He is a well-rounded, fun kind of a guy. I like watching his stuff. He does some crazy stuff. He does some basic stuff, but it's all about the virtual pinball and live pinball and real pinball as well. Not that it isn't real pinball, but you know what I mean. So that's one. And the other one, quickly, is Justin Hawkins. Justin Hawkins rides again. Lead singer from the band The Darkness. It's a fun channel. Check it out if you haven't already. I know that there's lots of people in the VC that I think are fully aware of Justin Hawkins and The Darkness, but again, I will put that in also. So Game Club Central for my visual pinball fun, and Justin Hawkins rides again for fun in general. So there you go. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody will be happy that I'm back doing this. I'm trying to get my head straight. Look at that. My camera's tilted. Anyway, that is going to do it. So, Darryl from the Northern Vinyl Guy, again, links will be where links go. There is my entry into this, and you know what I'm going to pick for the prize. We've talked about that already. I don't think there's anybody that's going to take the CDs, and that's nothing against the CD choice. We just all want to see a jump in a snowbank. So whoever wins, I'm sure that's going to be what they pick. So then we all win. Plus, follow along with Darryl. Follow along with Rob as well on Northern Revolutions. So the Northern Vinyl Guy, Northern Revolutions. I'm going to put the links where the links go. I'll put the links to the other stuff as well. And join us on Wednesday nights. We're live from 8 p.m. Eastern Time in Canada for a couple hours. And we talk about a little bit of everything. different topic every week. We have a special guest when we can, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So join us live or follow along with that. That will be found on Northern Revolutions. But for now, again, there you go, Darryl. That's my entry. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to try and maybe do a few more things for those that are interested. We'll see. We'll see if anybody gives a rat's ass that I'm back. Probably not, but that's okay. I'm comfortable with it. If you really like, last thing I will promote, if you want to follow along at On a Vinyl, ONA Vinyl, that is the shop. It usually relates to things specific to the shop. We don't sell online. We sell to our local community, and it might not apply per se to you wherever you are. But if you want another channel to subscribe to, please do. All right, so that's it. Have a great day, everybody. Take off, you hosers. Thank you very much to Darryl from the Northern Vinyl Guy for being 1 year in the vinyl community. Thanks, Darryl. And there you go. There's my entry. Okay, done.